sound off like you got a pair.
I don't have a pair.
I know that you don't have a pair, thank God, but sound off like you got a pair. You can't take that much of the army out of me.
Yeah.
Oh man. You guys ready to do this, I guess?
Yes.
It would be great if I could line my mouse up correct. It's so weird using this damn touchpad, but I still like it. Welcome everybody to the almost forgot which podcast, Animeversal Reviews podcast here on the GenreVerse Podcast Network, part of the LRM Online family. Make sure you check out lrmonline.com every day for all of your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. And then, of course, what's the word I'm looking for? We're sponsored by Grow Generation. A little bit more from them later in the show. Speaking of many podcasts and kind of forgetting which one I was doing, it's because we got so many here wherever you get your podcast from, and of course on YouTube. So yeah, I'm Kyle Malone. This is my wife Christine, and as usual, our husbando across a couple of rivers and a mountain range. Brian, what's up, bud?
Hey.
Go ahead and plug your YouTube real quick.
PulpMythos. Check it out.
There you guys go. Lots of really great reviews from Brian over there. Christine dipped out last week, Brian, but she's here this week. We had a lot of fun last week with covering two episodes, but we missed out on you getting to talk about the mama thing. Like Mama Yoru protecting Anya from the kidnappers, and just kind of you're a mom, so would have been nice to have you, but no, you failed us.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, but we're here talking Spy Family episode 8, and it was a lot of fun. You get a lot of background here for like the first half of the episode, meeting Yuuri, Yoru's younger brother, and you find out that he is a tad bit dependent on her, and
a little crazy,
and a little crazy. But I really like the character setup. We get a lot more politics kind of explained in this episode. Not a lot of Anya. And
True.
And yet it was still a great episode in my mind. Christine, what'd you think of it? I
thought it was great. It was funny. Yuuri kind of reminded me of Milo at first.
Yeah.
That sweet sounding voice, not intimidating or anything, and then all of a sudden it just took like a dark turn. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is interesting, fun. Okay.
You mess with Milo's Bisco and you'll get the dark Milo.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I liked it. What'd you think, Brian? I know you and I both love background details, so I bet this was pretty entertaining to you.
Yeah, it was, and finally, like you said, diving a little more into some of the politics and how things work, because this explained a lot of things actually that I was happy it explained as far as how their world works. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said, there wasn't a lot of Anya, and just because, guys, there's not a whole lot to cover in this episode. So here's your spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the episode yet, it's a good one. Go watch it. But there's really only two things here. One is the introduction to Yuuri and his job as part of the Stasia. I mean the Gestapo. I mean the KGB. I mean.
Yeah.
His job with the secret police, which all of those things, this is obviously taking cues from, and you go down the exact path that I figured he would be in when I saw him as part of, when you first find out that he works for the Eastern government. I'm like, he's going to end up being one of the bad guys, because that's just what you can see from a mile away. But I still like it, and his turn is really great. His turn from good cop to bad cop is great.
The psycho cop.
And he is a psycho, and boy is I'll do anything for this country to protect my sister. And it's a cool character, even though I saw it coming. The execution was pretty good. Brian, what'd you think of Yuuri's backstory?
I loved it. Because we keep bringing it up every week that this show could go in a very dark direction based on some of the story elements they're setting up. This episode did that. Like the interrogation scene. Are we talking spoilers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The interrogation scene. That was not played for laughs. That was played very serious, and the look on the guy's face that was being interrogated. Like you said, the things he was saying about the responsibility of his job and what he's willing to do. Just the layout of the room, everything about it was just like, oh, this is some twisted stuff. And it makes you wonder more and more about how much further this government has gone, things they have done. And him name dropping Twilight, though, I love that too.
Oh yeah,
that was fun.
That was then you're like, ooh, he really is good. Christine, what'd you think of Yuuri and his backstory? Getting to see all that. And not really backstory. Well, it is some backstory.
Some backstory, but yeah, it was interesting, and of course, like the excessive size of the bouquet of flowers.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, dude, you are. I get, you can love your siblings, but it's like still tone it down a little bit. Like I didn't think like anything like romantic or anything. It's just more like you're too close. I think you have some dependency issues or something, and it's just like, wow, you two are crazy. So
yeah, definitely. One of the interesting things about all three of us is all three of us are the older sibling.
True.
Now, of course, you're the only one that's an older sister. Brian and I, however, both have younger sisters, and I don't think any of our younger siblings would pine for our attention and admiration that much. But
your sister definitely would not. She kicked your butt sometimes growing up.
But well, that's because I wouldn't hit her, and she would throw toys at me and stuff. But sibling abuse aside, Brian and I know you've got a different type of relationship with your sibling. Brian and I both do, however, have closer relationships, and I'm really interested in seeing like how they got to where they are, because we see a flashback with Yuuri coming in at what appears to be teenage years, covered in someone else's blood. I mean, like
she kept doing it, and then it's like.
So,
how do you pawn that off? How do you like? Oh, I work at a butcher shop.
Yeah.
Like, what are you telling this little boy? And
so I was kind of wondering, Brian, is that a really cool aspect for you to be getting to explore? That he's not just a sibling, but a close one with a interesting, backstory.
There was the scene in which he arrived, and you're having to follow multiple. If you're reading the subs, you're having to follow multiple lines of dialogue, because every one of them is keeping secrets, and they're all having to play a role and plotting and trying to present themselves in a very certain way. And so all of them, she's been apparently doing this her whole life, or most of it, keeping these kind of secrets. So I like all that. It's fun. It's sort of played for laughs, but at the same time, not really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed the sort of flashback and the I know you're gonna get to it. I just love the way the episode ended. Like
oh yeah,
that's so animated.
Yeah.
That's a cliffhanger.
Yes.
I was laughing so hard.
Yeah. Anything to say on this sibling aspect before we take a quick break from for our sponsors, Christine?
No, I think I've said enough.
Yeah.
I've said enough.
All right. Grow Generation ad coming your way.
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. For all of your cultivation needs, Grow Generation has the right products, service and staff to make your grow successful. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but it's fine for now.
Yeah, make do. Oh man, I have no idea, ladies and gentlemen, how long we were sitting there talking across a blank screen. I may or may not cut that out and just let you hear us talk about the mic arm. Grow Generation link down in the description box. If you go and buy anything, let them know the GenreVerse podcast network sent you. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some like codes or something from all of this wonderful sponsoring stuff. The other part of this episode is the dinner, or the meeting of Lloyd and Yoru meeting up with Yuuri as the married couple, and it goes exactly how you would expect it. He's a jealous and overprotective brother, and I gotta say, one of my favorite moments though in all of that, besides like Lloyd talking to his family, is when Yuuri brings out the wine, and Lloyd tells you, you can't have any tonight.
Well, then the follow up, it must run in the family.
It must run in the family. I loved it. It was great, and it's this really lighthearted. Even when Yuuri gets kind of serious, it's still mostly lighthearted. But there is one really big scene that I thought was just great, greatly written, scripted, and executed, is when Lloyd Twilight realizes the story that Yuuri is telling is one that's used for training their spies and intelligence officers, and he calls it, and he's already like, man, this guy's potentially trouble. I thought it was, the artwork in this is nothing like, it is just so well done. I love the line work, how sharp all of the artwork is in here. We've only had some action, which has looked amazing, but this isn't one that's really had a lot of opportunities to. Yeah, see. It's not one that has had a lot of opportunities to
just gonna hold it. I just noticed it's bending, and it's like, oh my god, it's over here. I'm sorry, keep going.
That's all right. It hasn't had a lot of opportunities to stretch its legs, so to speak. However, that scene and the angles of the shots, like it really felt to me almost like it was maybe even like a Tarantino-esque inner dialogue style shot. I really appreciated it for some reason. It was an intense scene. I don't know, what'd you think of that, Christine, when he starts realizing he's
there's intensity, but there's also a little comedy where it's like, you got the price of the wine wrong.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah, like I'm smarter than you, so yeah, like I'm gonna be careful, but yeah, I'm still better than you a little bit, just getting that. I thought that was funny.
Brian, what'd you think of that moment, and anything else during the dinner you want to talk about?
Yeah, it was great. Like you said, they constantly are telling us every episode how good Twilight is at his job. And this was another moment to show that he was able to work all that out in this little friendly conversation, and then start plotting ahead. Like, okay, well, he's basically an enemy, but I got to navigate around him, and he's remembering his, where he worked, and like Twilight is always a couple steps ahead, which is why it's sort of a great throwback to the scene early on when he's being asked about his daughters, about getting those 8 whatever.
Yeah.
And he's nervous because that's something that's somewhat out of his control.
Oh yeah.
He hates things that he can't directly control.
Yeah.
It sounds like someone I know.
And so
I have no idea who that is. It's me, but not me.
But yeah, it was just great that he that's sort of the wild card of what he's doing, is that he has this family, and she keeps getting in trouble. I love, he said, well, she'll have all the demerits in 2 months.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was and I agree, the way they animated it with the just showing all the different clips, and yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, I dug it. And then of course, the tail end of this this dinner party is the proof. You know, Yuuri says because Lloyd and Yoru do the normal anime thing, which, man, I just want to talk to like. I want to talk to 2 generations ago, last generation and this generation of people in Japan to kind of get a real true sense, because I've seen a lot of people talk about love and relationships through like mixed couples with Canadians, Americans, or what have you, YouTubers basically talking, and there is these anime exaggerates things, but according to at least the people they put up on YouTube, that put themselves up on YouTube, there is some truth to some of the awkwardness and I'm just interested
touching. And,
yeah, I'm interested in where that really comes from, and why hasn't it really shifted, or has it really shifted? It just hasn't made its way onto anime yet. It's funny. He wants proof after that reaction by having them kiss.
Yeah, because it's so weird. It's like you've got an assassin and a spy who can't keep it together when their hands touch. They're like, oh God, like school children.
Well, Lloyd did say that he's had relations with women before, and that it should be easy. And I think my inclination is the reason why I think she was going to be nervous no matter what. She's an assassin. She doesn't have to necessarily get a long-term relationship with a mark. She just might have to flirt for 30 minutes, get him to a room and kill him.
Yeah.
You know, but Lloyd has to romance and do things. I think he has actual feelings for her. He's created this family thing, and he seems like a righteous guy. We know he got into this business to help bring peace, so that way no one would suffer, you know, being an orphan and stuff like he had been. So I really think for him, it's just really he's
maybe the first time he's caught feelings.
Yeah. What do you think, Brian?
I laughed out loud. I
great.
When it cut to the credits, I was like, how is that a cliffhanger? Like, I said that out loud. I was like, how is this a cliffhanger?
No, we didn't laugh. We yelled at the screen. We're like, no.
But yeah, I mean, you know, I do think that they are trying to play up the idea that they like each other, and you know, even earlier when it's like, oh, mom and dad are flirting, and they're like, no, we're not.
Yeah.
So you know, they're playing that up, which is fine. But yeah, it's a little out there that just a kiss is just like shattering them, and there's like, oh, I don't know what to do.
Love it though. Not, like I said, not a whole lot of Anya this episode, which is fine, because I love both Lloyd, Twilight, and Yoru. I think they're awesome characters. I like spending time with them for different reasons. It's just a great show with a very, very cool hook. And honestly, if I think we said this a week or two ago, if it never goes super dark, if it's always these little like punctuation marks of darker tones, but it maintains this type of energy and stuff, I think, you know, one season, great. More than that, I think you might need a little bit more meat, a little bit more, not necessarily like big action, but a little something. But right now, I'm finding it a very, very, very enjoyable show.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. any other thoughts on episode 8, guys?
No. You know, I don't care. I was gonna look up like how many books does it have for the manga?
Yeah, I have no idea. I think it's on the Shonen Jump app. I think so. So, Brian, you got anything else you wanted to say, bud?
No.
All right, guys. On your screen now, you should see the lrmonline.com website. That's where all of our podcasts, interviews, reviews, news pieces. We do kind of like aggregation with our spin, or not spin, but opinion on the news, as well as hey, here's the entertainment news. Like I said, reviews on things from comics, games, movies, and TV shows. We've got people that do toys, actually go and buy like showcase toys and write about those, do photos and all of that. All the celebrity interviews are on the LRM YouTube channel. There's a button for it at the end of the video, and of course, all of our podcasts go up on all your favorite podcast apps. So if you're listening to us on audio, or if you've enjoyed us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. By the way, and you would like to carry us with you in an audio format, look up GenreVerse on Google or Spotify, Apple, Google, Spotify, SoundCloud, all of that good stuff. See, if I say it the way that I normally do, I don't mess up as much. Yeah, great shows like Breaking Geek Radio, the podcast, Marvel Multiverse Mayhem. Breaking Geek does everything, and movie reviews are a big thing for them, as well as Marvel Multiverse does news and Marvel reviews. The Cantina does Star Wars news and news and reviews, and yeah, I do like trailer reactions as part of the Genre Shot series on our YouTube channel. So like I said, subscribe. Brian, tell them about PulpMythos channel.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Currently talking about shows like Barry, and I plan on doing Westworld and Only Murders in the Building this summer. So.
You were a big fan of that. A lot of people were.
It's great. Yes.
I've been trying to pick it up, but it's like I always forget.
Really
it's
good.
It's that weird live action thing where no joke. So we finally got through the first 5 episodes of Stranger Things, but this morning when it was time to watch something, we had either an anime that hits on Sunday mornings or Stranger Things, and Christine was like, anime.
Yeah.
Weeb.
Yeah.
And then we devoured 4 episodes of Stranger Things. We had watched one last night. So anyways, This is Anime Versal Reviews podcast, not the Upside Down podcast or some stuff. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll talk to you next time.